The goal of all educators for every student should be helping them to achieve the highest quality of life possible. Teaching independence is a very important skill for educators to work on with students with autism. Beginning in elementary school, students should be taught to navigate their environment independently, to access materials, and to ask questions independently. These are all foundational skills which will be very important as the student progresses in the school system. There's a lot of different approaches educators can take to help prepare students with autism for the world of work. Starting from a very early age, it can be integrated into the social studies curriculum to discuss different community jobs, different jobs that students will come in contact with, such as someone who works at the post office and a teacher. And this really helps students to understand that there are a wide variety of jobs and helps stimulate thinking about what kind of jobs that student may want to have when they're finished with school. So as a student ages and gets into secondary school, middle school, and high school, educators can be involved by taking them to the community to expose them to a wide variety of jobs, job shadowing, and teaching specific vocational skills in the classroom setting.
As professionals supporting individuals in finding employment, we really ourselves have to be creative and really think outside the box. And what does that mean to each individual? Well, it's really knowing what's going to make them happy. And when someone can't communicate that, if we've tried other communication methods or we're in tune, to really be observant and to help promote those experiences. There again, I would look towards earlier experiences that would help develop those interests, so we know at the beginning what's going to make them happy and how we then can approach employers and really sell the individual's strengths and what they can offer.
It's the responsibility of the school to provide a balanced and meaningful education that emphasizes soft skill development, those social skills, adaptive behaviors, and executive functioning skills that are essential for employment success. It's important to consider that the process will vary depending on the student. For students who are eligible for special education services through their school, they're entitled to formal transition planning. For individuals who have a medical diagnosis of autism but have not been found eligible for special education services, the process will be a more informal plan through collaboration between home and school. The following information will focus on the formal transition planning process provided through special education services in the public schools, through the Individuals with Disabilities Education Improvement Act. Schools in the state of Missouri and in many other states are not mandated to consider transition needs of the student in the individualized education program until the age 16, though it's widely accepted that we should not be waiting till 16 to be planning for post-secondary employment. The creation of a transition plan should be a collaboration between home, school, community agencies. It should result in outcomes that are oriented to goals that are based on the student's strengths and areas of need. The emphasis should be on instruction and service needed for educational programming. This starts with a comprehensive evaluation plan that examines all areas of functioning. For students with autism, it's essential that evaluation information around transition age include assessments that gather information in the following areas: to explore interest, to examine student skills and aptitudes, to examine skills and abilities and specific work experiences. This information can help the team better understand the student's strengths and areas that are needed for goals to target throughout school before graduation. Based on these assessments and other evaluation information, the team will work together to develop a transition plan within the individualized education program. The transition plan should guide programming decisions for the IEP, and not just be a summary of the programming that's already occurring. The transition plan should include targets of skill development and support services to provide, as well as coordinate information across home, school, and community agencies. It's important to keep in mind that special education services should focus on much more than just academic achievement. For this reason, we recommend that the transition plan be completed first in the IEP process. This way it can guide the development of the IEP and make sure that the focus is kept on those softer skills that are really essential to employment. Two key components that should be included in all transition plans are direct instruction and job experience. And keep in mind that transition plans are not meant to be set in stone. They're used to guide the discussion of transition and help set goals to move forward. As the student gains experience and strengths are enhanced, the transition plan will evolve with new goals to reflect this. Progress should be monitored and changes should be made as applicable throughout the year.